Hello folks, we're gonna be sitting here for a minute. Today we're listing some of Chloe's worst moments, so if you like this video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Share if you care. Let's get to it. Okay, so this is gonna be quite a long list. Marinette's worst moments did really well, and I'm hoping that Chloe's moments will do, you know, even better. So make sure you guys like this video, drop as many comments as you can. Let's keep the conversation going. So I listed the worst things that Chloe has done in my mind. I've listed them down, and it was quite a list. Like for Marinette, I had about 15 reasons. For Chloe, we're nearing close to 20. Okay, number one on this list is the Animaestro episode where Chloe teamed up with Marinette to bring terror to Kagami and basically tried to get Kagami away from Adrien so that they could sit at a premiere together next to him. Wow. Like, that was such a sucky thing to do. In the midst of everything, they managed to almost humiliate Kagami in front of a room full of people by almost getting her to sit on a piece of cake, which is terrible. The second thing they actually did was get gum on Kagami's shoes, which were like a family heirloom. That was horrible. In that same episode, Chloe makes a racially insensitive comment yet again. So this is her second time making the comment. So this is like 2 and 3. So Chloe makes a racially insensitive comment in the Kung Fu episode. She says something in regard to Marinette's uncle, who is Chinese, making sushi. Adrien corrects her and lets her know that Chinese people generally don't make sushi, and that is actually Japanese people. So what does Chloe do? Number 3, she turns around and makes another racially insensitive comment in the Animaestro episode.
I mean, seriously, does your great uncle really expect to win the contest with a soup? It's not even a main dish. Please! Doesn't he know how to make sushi like everyone else?
Japanese people make sushi, Chloe. Chang Sifu is Chinese.
Listen, Marinette, if we don't sacrifice a few macarons now, Adrien will be eating sushi for the rest of his life.
And honestly, in this moment, I kind of expected the writers and I expected Adrien to explain to her why she shouldn't make comments like that. Because typically, that is what's going to happen. If someone isn't corrected on their behavior, they're going to do it to someone else. She just knows that she can't make that statement towards Marinette, but she's going to make it towards anyone else who she deems fit, which is terrible. Number 4, Chloe bullying Nathaniel in the Illustrator episode. Now, some of you may know by now that Nathaniel is actually not my favorite character. I felt like him making amends with Mark felt cheap to me. I needed like another episode for them to work it out. And I needed, you know, Mark to make Nathaniel earn his trust back and earn his respect back in that episode, and it didn't really happen for me. Like, their resolution just happened so quickly, which I think is honestly like a lot of the problems with this show, is that everything is just so quick. I actually don't like that. So I just needed like another episode to like really watch Nathaniel like really try to be friends with Mark, but we didn't get that, so that's unfortunate. But nonetheless, or nevertheless, I did not like Chloe basically exposing Nathaniel for having a crush on Marinette in front of the whole entire class. I didn't think that was cool at all. Well, from what I've noticed from watching the show is that Nathaniel is very quiet, so I just think it's kind of mean to just put him on the spot, and he's obviously shy, so I just didn't like the way she treated him, putting the spotlight so heavily on him. Number 5, this is kind of an accident, but it happened nonetheless. So when Chloe managed to get in the way of things and ends up dropping Alix's watch in that time breaker episode, she broke Alix's, or she played a part in Alix's family heirloom being broken. That really sucks. I'm just the type of person where I don't like touching people's belongings. I keep my hands to myself, because if I don't want to run the risk of breaking something, damaging it, smudging it, I don't want to do any of that. So I just rather keep my hands to myself rather than to have to replace something that I don't want to replace or I can't replace. So I just thought that Chloe should have just minded her own business. She has to showboat and try to get attention, and what happens? Someone's property gets damaged. That really sucked. Number 6, making fun of Ivan in the Stoneheart Origins episode. Where Ivan gets akumatized, he gets de-akumatized, and he goes back to school, and everyone's making fun of him, and Chloe's a ringleader in all of this. So it's just like, in this moment, like, Chloe and Kim were kind of meant for each other, because they were like two like jerks. Chloe was even making fun of Alya for defending Ivan. Ivan is like low-key traumatized, and they're making fun of it, with the exception of Marinette and Alya. Number 7, in general, just causing all the Akumatizations that she has caused. Like, she is like number 1 for Akumatizations. I remember in the beginning, it used to be so, like, Chloe was so annoying to me in the beginning until I saw her in the Style Queen episode and I started to, you know, feel her pain a little bit. But it used to be so fun to, like, witness her akumatize people and then witness, like, the akumatized victims come after her and then Ladybug has to save her. That used to be funny to me. Oh gosh, this is a big one on this list. Number 8, mistreating her father. So on the show, Chloe is mistreated by her mother, so in return, she mistreats her father, the person who actually cares about her and the person who actually tries with her. It's obvious that she's just spoiled. But the way she just rings him all day long, like whenever she doesn't get her way, the way she talks down to him, the way she bosses him around, especially when she's around her mother, it's just too much. I can't with her with that. Number 9, this one is like low-key funny but not funny. Bullying Mr. Damocles. Like, she always bends Mr. Damocles to her will. It just sucks because oftentimes people who are innocent have to suffer. Like, we see that in the Lady Wi-Fi episode, Mr. Damocles did not want to punish Alya, but Chloe used her power of being the mayor's daughter to get him to do her dirty work. But she gets everyone in trouble in that Despair Bear episode, so Mr. Damocles doesn't want to do any of this, but she just gets him so worked up. Number 10, giving too much affection to Adrien, who does not seem to want it. In the show, there has been multiple times where Chloe has planted her lips on Adrien and he has looked at her or looked away in disgust. She has jumped into his arms and it's just like, he does not like you, girlfriend. Like, stop doing this. And at what point is Adrien gonna stand up and say, hey, I would appreciate it if you know, respected our personal boundaries and, well, you respected my personal boundaries and stop putting your lips on me and stop popping into my arms. But we have yet to see that happen.
Those slackers. I'll make sure they get it to you by tonight. Mwah.
I actually think that is a flaw in the show, but it's happening. Number 11, embarrassing Lay Kim in the Dark Cupid episode. Lay Kim pours his heart out to Chloe and asks her to be his Valentine. And she takes a perfect moment when like Trash is like smacking Lay Kim in the face to take a picture of him and send it to everyone in the school, embarrassing him and basically making him become akumatized because his like self-esteem and his feelings are like so low and so hurt. This was like the first time that we actually see like him like break down his barriers and his boundaries and just try to like be sweet, and this is the way Chloe treats him.
Will you be my Valentine? No.
Don't move. Wait till everyone gets a load of this.
Number 12. Now, honestly, I am not exactly like here for Sabrina. She is just a follower and I just want to know what her angle is. Like, she lets Chloe talk to her any kind of way and she never stands up and says anything, or when she does, it's always behind Chloe's back. Well, like in one of the episodes, Sabrina tried to team up with Marinette and tried to basically do a project that the three of them were assigned to do together as a group. And Sabrina was going to try to expose Chloe. But it's like, if she has never told Chloe that she doesn't want to do her homework for her, has never established those boundaries, what is Chloe supposed to do? Like, at times, people only do what you allowed them to do. So Sabrina is a willing participant in the mistreatment of herself because she doesn't stand up and say anything. That is like a reoccurring theme with this show. People don't stand up in this show and say anything. And I too have been guilty of this. Like, allowing people to disrespect me. But at some point in time, you have to take... When I say you, I mean the general you. I don't mean you specifically. I mean as a collective, we all have to take responsibility for our actions and establish boundaries with other people. Otherwise, they're going to keep crossing it. And I feel this way with Sabrina. But the 2 times that really got me with Sabrina, and I was actually kind of on her side and I felt somewhat bad for her, was in the Miraculer episode when she got yelled at by Chloe. She got akumatized. And then also in the Antibug episode, I especially felt bad for her when Chloe like really screamed at her. So I really felt bad. So the way Chloe treats Sabrina is not acceptable. And I think that Sabrina should stand up for herself and establish her boundaries because Chloe just takes it too far. Like, all money isn't good money, all gifts aren't good gifts. Number 14, getting Alya suspended in the Lady Wi-Fi episode. Now, while Alya was like kind of wrong for trying to like peek into Chloe's closet to like expose her for being Ladybug or uncover whether or not she was a Ladybug, like there are boundaries. But Chloe just took the cake. Like, Alya did not break into her locker. Alya did not steal anything from her. Just for Chloe to just try to get, you know, Alya expelled or suspended, it just wasn't cool. That was like just taking the cake. Sometimes I wonder what would happen if Lila and Chloe teamed up, or what if they went against each other. But I just feel like Chloe would be no match for Lila. Lila is too calculative. So making Sabrina do her homework We find out that Sabrina does Chloe's homework when Chloe, Sabrina, and Marinette are supposed to do a project together. I just don't think that that's cool because it's taking advantage of Sabrina. It's cheating. And then also, Chloe's not going to learn anything from that. Like, some classes are ones that she's really going to need in life. So for her to allow, you know, Sabrina to just do everything for her, she's not getting the lesson that she needs to learn. Alright, Horrificator, teasing Mylene. I thought that was kind of mean. How Chloe was trying to basically tease Mylene, get her out of the play, so that, or out of the film, so that she and Adrien could kiss. Joining Hawkmoth in the Miracle Queen episode. Again, this felt cheap. But the fact that, you know, Chloe finally gave up, although it just has proven so much that she's strong, to give in to Hawkmoth, really, and forfeit her chance of ever getting the Be Miraculous or any other Miraculous. Although I highly doubt Ladybug, aka Marinette, would have given her one again. Rogercop, so this is a double whammy. Well, no, this is like a triple whammy. Chloe accuses Marinette of stealing her bracelet, and then tells Marinette that they should search her bag to make sure that she didn't steal, so that was like a double whammy. And then thirdly, she ends up getting, you know, Sabrina's dad fired with the help of her father, the mayor. So that really sucked, and that was just taking things too far. Like, you're gonna have, like, she had someone lose their job over a bracelet that no one stole, or had someone lose their job over actually doing their job and upholding the law and not just persecuting anyone. That was terrible. Oh, and this is the last one. Last one. After Chloe's verbal spat with Marinette in the Kung Fu episode, Chloe dumped a whole bunch of trash or like horrible ingredients inside of Marinette's uncle's soup.
Let's see if the other judges enjoy your uncle's soup after this, Marinette Dupenchang.
For so many different reasons. Like, she sabotaged an innocent man who had nothing to do with her beef with Marinette. And then two, she could have, like, seriously hurt someone with the ingredients that she was mixing in there. Like, okay, of course, you know, it's a joke, ha ha he he. But some people have allergies to certain things, so that just wasn't cool. If this was real life, some of y'all hate when I be bringing in real life, I'm still gonna do it. But if this was real life, like, Chloe could go to jail or get in trouble for, like, food tampering. Like, not cool. So let me know in the comment section below which Chloe moment was the worst for you. If I missed any, drop it down in the comment section below. I may make a part 2 if this video is successful. And thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.